Hi guys, Dan here, the fan of history. I'm going to do a Christmas special for you. So from now until Christmas, I'm going to do a full reading of the Epic of Gilgamesh. The Epic of Gilgamesh dates from the 3rd dynasty of Ur, that is about 2100 BC. It is possibly the earliest fictionary work of writing there ever was. So it's the oldest novel ever, pretty much. I'm going to use the standard version dating from the 13th to the 10th century BC. It's a 12 tablet version and I will split it up into tablets. But I will skip tablet number 12 because it's controversial. Some of the best copies were discovered in the library ruins of Ashurbanipal's great library from the 7th century BC. So there is a connection to the Assyrians, and of course this is something the few Assyrians that could read would read. This is then, I'm going to give you a summary of the story here because it can be hard to follow, and of course as it is 4,000 years old, it has to be read in epic voice. So Gilgamesh is the king of Uruk. He is supposed to have been around maybe 2700 BC. He is super badass. Gilgamesh has no equal. He's the strongest, the cleverest, the best in all the ways. And he is 1/3 god, I think, or 2/3 god. There are thirds involved, which makes absolutely no sense. And of course, being this awesome, Gilgamesh is arrogant, and he particularly likes to have sexual relations with all the women that are hot, and people get irritated in Uruk, so they decide that we need someone who is the equal of Gilgamesh, who can beat him up, to show him that he shouldn't go around having sex with everyone that he fancies. So they create this, or they make the gods create this wild man, Enkidu, who is hairy and runs around with the animals. And this is how I learned of this epic. I was doing in school, in high school, I was doing a speech on Bigfoot, and I did research about wild men, and Enkidu is the original wild man. So, in order to make Enkidu a bit more civilized, they send a temple prostitute to have sex with him and sort of calm him down so he can be talked to. She does this, he thinks sex is amazing, so he listens to her, and then she tells him, go back to Uruk and beat Gilgamesh up. So Enkidu arrives in Uruk and there's a big wrestling fight with Gilgamesh. It must have been epic. But in the end, Gilgamesh wins because he's just #1 in the world. But he's very impressed to having met this guy who was almost as cool as he is. So they strike up a great friendship. And Enkidu and Gilgamesh, best pals forever. And then they decide to go on crazy adventures, like a degenerate Advanced Dungeons & Dragons campaign. So they go to different places. They go to the Cedar Mountain and they defeat Humbaba, the monstrous guardian of the Cedar Mountain, and they kill the bull of heaven, which the goddess Ishtar sent to punish Gilgamesh because Gilgamesh would not have sex with her, which is surprising because Gilgamesh was pretty light-footed. And then the gods kill Enkidu because of all their shenanigans. And then the epic changes focus totally. It becomes a lot more boring. All this awesome fighting monster stuff and things are gone. And the rest of the story is about Gilgamesh, who travels around the world trying to learn how to beat death, how to bring back Enkidu, and how to make himself immortal. And runs into some interesting characters here. For example, Noah, which is kind of cool. And we learn about the Great Flood, and then sort of the epic gets bad in a physical sense. That is, parts of it are missing. I will just skip the missing parts. So by the end it will start to make less and less sense, and then it just peters out pretty much, and we don't know the end. But that is what we are going to do as a bonus here on Fan of History during Christmas month of December. So I hope you enjoy it.